Hello Dygmates and welcome. Today we have a lot to cover. We'll talk about the first 100 Defy keyboards that have arrived at our warehouse here in Spain. Then we will delve into the manufacturing and assembly of mass production. Before we start, let me gently remind you to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and press that sweet bell icon so you get notified when we upload new videos. Let's start with the great news. On Monday, we received the first 100 Dygma Defy here in Spain. We've been training our operators the whole week on how to do quality control and fulfillment, and shipping will start next week. It won't be fast because we'll continue the training through the next 2 weeks, but be prepared. If you're one of the lucky early delivery backers, please check your email in the next few days. We are confirming your orders and shipping addresses. Okay, let's move to mass production. Making 100 keyboards is relatively easy. The tricky part is manufacturing thousands of them on time. To achieve this, our supply chain manager Aitor has been in China since mid-June and won't leave until August. His first task involved overseeing the implementation of minor changes that we've made for mass production. We have a new mold for the side legs so they never collide with the rods. We have new top rods with tighter hinges so they don't feel loose. And we have the redesigned plastic piece that helps connect the neuron to the keyboard securely but easy to remove. Before, only King Arthur could pull it out, or David. Oh wow, you're so strong. His second task was ensuring all our suppliers met their deadlines. Suppliers tend to tell you everything is okay and on time, but when the time comes to deliver the goods, they're not ready. To avoid that, he visited each one of them and went through every stage of the process to confirm they had the manufacturing capacity to be faithful to their promises. He found a few bottlenecks in the production of the top panel, the palm pads, and the tenting legs, but we were able to solve them so they won't affect the timeline. However, when he looked into the PCB assembly and testing, shit hit the fan. Just as a reminder, the electronics of the Defy are comprised of 2 key scanner PCBs, 2 underglow PCBs, 2 RF PCBs, and a neuron PCB. That makes 7. The first problem was the lead time for the PCB assembly. We agreed with our supplier that the PCBs would be ready for the last week of June, so we would start assembly on July 3, but they changed that. The critical components for the assembly, the key scanner and the underglow, will be ready by July 7. The RF PCBs and the neuron PCB about a week later. Okay, a week's delay, we can handle that. We could start assembling all the top panels with the PCBs on July 10, then all the bases, and then put both together. But that wasn't all. They still had to test those PCBs. The supplier told us that that would be fast, about 2 weeks total. But then doing the math, they needed to test roughly 400 sets of PCBs a day. And since each set comprises 7 PCBs, that's testing 2,800 PCBs daily. That's about the same number of PCBs our assembly factory can mount daily, so we would be alright. But upon investigation, we discovered that they were only capable of producing 600 PCBs per day. With that number, all the testing would take more than 3 months. 3 months! That was completely unacceptable. We started looking for a solution. First, we worked with our supplier to optimize the workflow, and the number went up to 1,000 per day. We instructed them to focus on the key scanner PCBs, critical to start assembly, but it was still unacceptable. Then, we realized we have 5 test jigs at the factory to verify that the different PCBs work correctly. 2 that test the key scanner and underglow PCBs, 1 for each side. 2 that test the RF PCBs, again 1 for each side, and 1 for the neuron PCB. Each jig needs 1 computer to run, but they only asked us to provide them 2. If we had 3 more computers, we could test all the different PCBs simultaneously, upping our testing to almost 2,250 units per day. So we bought them. But that wasn't enough. We're now making 2 more test jigs for the key scanner and underglow PCBs and buying 2 more computers. That way, when the test jigs are ready, we can test more than 3,250 PCBs a day. A significant improvement that will ensure fewer delays in future production runs. Okay, what a relief. But how does this affect the ETA of the Defy? So today, after a week since they started testing the PCBs, we have 2,000 sets of key scanners ready, and there are more coming during the week. That's enough to start assembling the top panel with the key scanner beginning Monday, July 17. So leaving some wiggle room, we'll have over 2,000 keyboards ready to ship to Spain by August 7. We'll air freight a significant part, so they will be in Spain by the end of August to do the final quality control and start shipping in early September. In the meantime, we would have finished the assembly of the other few thousand and shipped them to Spain. That way, fulfillment never stops, but it will extend to October. In total, that's about 3 weeks delay on the previous ETA because we wanted to start shipping in mid-August. We know it's not the best news, but you can imagine how hard we work and are working to keep delays to a minimum. But to cheer you up, here are some images of the first 100 Defy in our warehouse. We can't wait to see them in the hands of our early backers. As always, thank you so much for all of your support, Dygmates. Breaking news! Study finds that talking to plants increases crop yield. Local farmer now gives daily TED Talks to his tomatoes.